Yo, we are live with Terra Nullius. It's been a while since I've been able to say that. That's exciting.
I didn't know a yo-yo was watching us.
We're playing some side stories. Thank you, Jordan. Oh, wait. Where's mine? Oh, here it is.
I don't have mine anywhere near me right now.
It's all good.
I can't reach mine.
For those of you listening, just listening, that will not make any sense to you. We're here with Terra Nullius Side Stories, episode 25. It is time for us to return to the world of Thray, and specifically to the verdict.
And it's time.
I'm excited about that.
To see. Never mind, I don't have it.
So when we last left, our good friends at the verdict
Died, all of them.
All of them were dead. Yeah,
I mean, it almost happened.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's usually the case with the verdict.
Mira got put into a sword. That was a thing. Poor Mira.
She was sharp before, but now.
Yep. Akashi now has this sword, and a thing has happened, and I obviously revealed this on our last episode of Terra Nullius proper, but Navarro's wizard guy, Lucian, has been kidnapped somehow, some way. He's been kidnapped. And who's going to be sent to retrieve this wizard? Obviously, you guys.
Another wizard who does not get kidnapped.
Yeah. So,
darling,
I think, honestly, this would be normally the sort of situation where I would do, like, immediate res, and we're, like, in the middle of something. But, like, this is the sort of thing that, like, you probably need to, like, talk about a plan first, right? So, like, that the wizard has been kidnapped. No one knows how or why. Like, obviously, this is a really high-level wizard. So it's sort of crazy that this just happened, especially it just out from everyone's noses. So, Akashi and Adelene, you're probably, conferring about this. And I feel like our other character that Alyssa's going to be playing I'm trying to think. I don't know. What do you think, Alyssa? Like, does she just show up? Like, what is she been here?
Is this the favor, or am I just actually no? Oh wait, no. This is not the favor.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure. No, definitely not. I came here because I have come for revenge against a certain somebody who I arrive only to find out he's dead.
Right. Yeah.
It's Saori. Saori's here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh!
I've come to kill Clement to get revenge for Gret. But he's already dead. So I'm like, well, I'm here. Yep. I might as well help out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do I sound really hot to you guys? I sound hot in my own ears.
No. I mean, we could make a joke, but in terms of like actual audio, like volume, you're good.
Make sure.
Yeah.
I almost said that's a question for Ryan.
There we go. That would have been the joke.
And am I hot? Yeah. So she's here. She's here to help the gang out because she's like, well, I was here to do this thing, but apparently he's already dead. So let's just like explore and like help out my verdict buds and fam.
I feel like Saori, like this is probably pretty like early after Saori has joined the verdict, and so like I feel like Saori is still innocent, right? Saori is still like obviously if we pick up with this world 100 years later and Saori is an old woman who's obviously she's a half elf, so she can live a while, but like she'll be hardened and like have been in the verdict for a while. But for right now, Saori is still the lovable monk we know and love. And so she probably shows up and then finds out that this just happened, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll help. You're in the verdict too, Adelene. Navarro. Okay, sure, I'll help you.
Is she? Because I probably just kind of tell like, look, what's the word? I would just turn to Akashi and say, we have a newbie. Like we have. Not that, but like whatever the equivalent old world word for that would be.
Fresh blood, fresh meat, new blood, something like that.
Probably that should be seen like, fresh blood. Yeah. We'll knock that optimism out of you sooner or later.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to think that Saori like used her new like verdict like
resources.
connections, resources, to like track him down, because she still feels like he's out there, like, and he's not from this world and he's dangerous.
Well,
like, I need to stop him.
I was gonna say, well, that's the thing, right? Faustino
So-
Diaz is actually part of the verdict too. So, and he hired Clement. So you should have been able to figure that out pretty quickly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, Faustino Diaz is also part of the verdict?
Yeah.
Did we know that?
Pretty sure we
I
did.
don't think we
Did we know that before that? Because I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Well, if I
I mean, him and Navarro are like enemies,
Mhm.
so that's why like
I
that's...
am almost positive I said that out loud, but even if I haven't, like that's something that your characters would know. So,
And it makes
Okay.
sense.
I guess.
and that's
To
the
be
thing,
fair,
right?
All right.
The verdict is not a monolith, right?
Right.
So there are so apparently Navarro and Faustino are kind of rivals in this situation. So
it makes sense. I mean, Adeline's not exactly chummy with Navarro.
exactly, yeah. We've had plenty of backstory things about verdict people not getting off on the right foot. So, but yeah, so that is the situation. So I think honestly, what we should probably start with is like your guys' investigation / plan, right? If you found out that this happened, what would you do?
I would go investigate the room to like make sure I'm like, so nobody saw it. So how do we know he didn't just like up and leave?
Maybe it was like Navarro had something that they were going to do the next day, and so maybe at first like Navarro was like, okay, this is like completely out of character for, and so that's the assumption he's making, and it seems like a good assumption based on like the previous experience with Lucien. But I mean, yeah, it's technically I guess possible from your perspective, from your point of view, that he just left, right? So yeah. But yeah, investigation sounds like a good place to start.
Unfortunately, locate object only works within 1,000 feet, and I'm guessing he's long gone by that.
He is definitely not within 1,000 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so investigate the scene.
Yeah, I mean, who has the highest investigation, I guess, right? Like,
I have a 5.
Got a 2.
I have a 0.
Zenitizmi.
all right, Adeline. And obviously you can have, I mean, there's probably other people in the camp too that could also help you with this. So you can just take advantage and we'll see what you find.
It's 20.
20. Okay. I mean, so like,
Not a nat 20, but a 20.
right. But I mean, so like, let's think about this though. A 20 at the beginning of the game would have been like, whoa, that's crazy. A 20 now at level, 17? I don't think you find much, right? This was a supernatural kidnapping. And I think like it's the sort of thing where I think the only thing you find, Adeline, is a couple of, and like the tent is pretty much immaculate, right? Apparently this guy was very cleanly. He kept everything very organized. The one thing you find that it might be relevant to this, right, is you see a clump of, maybe not a clump, but like, I don't know, somewhere between a clump and like a few strands, right? I don't know what the word for that is, of hair. Of like, let's see, what? I'm trying to think of like what this hair would look like based on what I know about the situation here. Adeline or someone else can make a nature check to discover the origins of this hair. It's obviously like animal. It's like fur of some sort.
5.
2.
I have a 0.
That's the exact
Adeline
same
again.
modifiers as last.
Well, because
it's
also
intelligence.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
there you
As
go,
soon as
yeah.
I realized, I'm like 5. Oh, it's gonna be me again.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage?
I don't think so. I don't know if there's not really like a druid around or whatever.
Because that would have been a crit then.
Yeah, I know. I don't
13.
think like Akashi unfortunately doesn't have nature trained. Like he's more of like a potions master and that sort of thing, right?
I think what Adeline
I
would
know how to
do-
use nature. I don't know how to look at
Yeah,
nature.
exactly.
I think what Adeline would do is she would.
It's fur.
How recently did this happen?
I mean, last night. Like it had to have been last night, right?
Okay, so I could ritual cast something and it probably wouldn't make a difference.
Oh,
between...
yeah. I mean, no, yeah. It's not like you're losing precious time.
Okay.
So
I would just out of curiosity, I would retro cast Detect Magic, see if I can see like any residual magical effects that may have been in the area, just to get an idea if something...
Okay, I mean, so the thing is, right, like, Detect Magic detects, like, actual, like, magic effects, and there are, I guess, honestly, the first thing you probably see is, like, all of his possessions are, like, warded against stuff, right? Like, that's what you see first, right? Like, everything Lucian owns is, like, triple warded, with various spells. So, like, if you touch them, they're gonna explode or kill you or whatever, right? Like,
good to know.
But you can make, I mean, that's the obvious stuff. You can make an Arcana check to decipher.
I figured this would take some sort of check to see any residual magical effects. Luckily, I have a plus 10.
Nice.
27.
There you go. Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what is the actual school of magic that this is. Sorry, I need to look up something.
This is only the precious time from his life.
Like, what is the school of magic that does, like, dimensional stuff?
Well, that would
like,
be
what's
teleport.
Well, yeah, what's like teleport and
Dimension door is conjuration.
Okay, conjuration. Yes. You see traces of conjuration magic, and given what I just said, you think it's probably related to dimensional stuff. So maybe they grabbed them and teleported away. Something related, like along those lines, is probably what happened.
I'll relay this to the others. Like someone coming.
I think Saori's question would be why? Like, why not just attack the camp? Why just the wizard guy?
That
Navarro
does seem to be the question.
Yeah, Navarro's probably there with you, so he probably just says, like, well, from everything I've known from Lucian, he knows a lot of things that in the wrong hands or the right hands, depending on who you're asking, could open up the world a little bit. He's shared with me just a piece of what he knows, and it is profound.
Care to share with the group?
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of what piece like he would have shared, because I know the stuff that's like relevant to the case. Whoever wants to make a luck save to see if like what he knows happens to be relevant to the investigation.
Here, I'll roll a d20.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, so he tells...
I have proficiency in all saves. Does this count?
If we were actually to like... I honestly, for the next campaign, I honestly need to like legit hack a actual luck save with increasing bonuses like into the game. And I will do that, but for now, no.
Okay, if you do that, I just want to say that anybody that is Irish... should have like...
Well, halflings already get the like one, right? They get the like reroll one thing. So there you go. Luck of the Irish right there.
There we go.
And so I think he tells you something, but just for your guys' sake, it's just not relevant, right? So, and I think you figure that out pretty quickly. One thing I think, based on that 27, though, Adeline, that you do find out. So normally with like a teleportation thing, I think we found, specifically with like the way that Darius's magic works and stuff, there's probably residual traces of like teleportation or dimensional travel stuff that could be directional, right? That could give you a place to start looking. But from what you see here, there isn't anything like that. So whatever the dimensional stuff that happened here was, it probably actually wasn't teleportation, right? Because that would have like a direction. It would have like the energy starts trailing off in a certain direction. But this is just like, it happened here. Whatever went down, it happened here and it stopped happening here.
Almost like it's from another plane, maybe?
Right, like that's what I was thinking. Maybe he got transported to the Feywild or something.
I mean, Adeline, from your perspective, like with the 27, you're thinking it's probably not even that, right? Like that would have...
Really?
Yeah, it's something, whatever happened, it happened here and it stopped here. Akashi, do you want to make an Arcana check for me? Because there's something related to your stuff that might peg you on to what's happening here.
Okay, just because like I do have like the key stuff and like I got some key voodoo going on, but I don't have the thing yet that lets me like
I know you don't have that yet. Yes, it's something else.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, 10. 10's not going to cut it. Though, wait a second. Adelene has the skill, so she could have given you advantage on that.
Yeah.
There's no reason why she would, because you guys are all talking about this and conferring. Akashi, the thing I think you realize, I think 17 is basically like the very bottom, like that would be the DC. I think you just barely got it. You guys start piecing this together as you just talk about it. It's probably likely that some very high level magic users of their own, with the ability to probably mask their magic, in some ways, teleported in, and then. So that's why Adeline didn't see it, is because they have whatever it is. It's blocking. She can't trace it because it's very high level magic. But the thing that you can trace, like the thing that's in front of you, it comes from what they did is they had an iron flask, which is what Akashi got from the I think it was from the tomb of Atabai. It's where you can like capture things inside of it, right? You can shunt creatures inside. So they put him in an iron flask, right? That's what happened.
Okay. So
Oh shoot.
I do.
Doesn't a creature who's in an iron flask become like on your side for like an hour?
Yep.
Oh,
no.
I think Adeline
looks like we're gonna have an iron flask battle today. Let's go.
Yeah, Akashi just opens up his. They open up theirs.
Choose your Pokemon. Yep.
Exactly.
Pikachu, use Thunder Smash.
Lucian, I choose you.
Jordan, did you get that reference?
Yeah, no, I got exactly
Okay,
the reference you're making.
So interesting though, because he's not a creature.
He is a creature. I mean, all things are creatures. All living beings are creatures.
I thought it would just be a humanoid.
No, yeah, humanoid is a creature.
Is it though?
It is. Yeah, creature means anything
Because
living.
because
I was
if
gonna ask
a
about
spell says like if a creature in your spell range, yada yada yada.
Yeah. There's a lot of those that we've always been casting on
Okay.
each other. Nice try, Alyssa. Nice try.
But I was going to ask
Mhm.
Navarro basically like who would know about him?
About Lucian?
Yeah. Specifically, would a certain Faustino know about Lucian?
I mean, if you say that, if Akashi says that, Navarro is like, he like swears under his breath, and he says, "Yeah, I think that's what it was, and I think I might know why." Like something clicks for him, and he looks at you guys, and he says, "Lucian, a long time ago, told me something that I don't know if I believed when he did. He was..."
Leprechauns are real.
Yeah. He said, he seemed to insinuate the fact that he had been alive for 1,000 years. I thought he was joking, but now I'm not so sure. And the reason why...
Is that really so weird in a world with elves?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Lucian is for sure a human.
Okay.
But I think the reason he specifically brings this up is like, I mean, elves don't live like 1,000 years. That's like, you are gonna die tomorrow as an elf, right? Like that's pretty old.
Okay.
So, but what he says, right, is the reason why this comes to mind now is because, well, I know Faustino. And Faustino has always been after one goal: immortality. I think he's figured out that Lucian knows the secret, and he's going to make him tell him.
I mean, Akashi knows the secret too. Just take a couple levels and
Yeah.
My immortal body. Wait a second.
I mean, that's not what it does. You stop having the effects of aging. You still die at the normal time you.
Oh, it
die.
does that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I remember.
And you
Although-
don't need food or water
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Can I just like point out the fact that like, okay, how long do elves usually live?
Like I think 1,000 is probably like 120 in human years, right, for them.
Okay.
So that's like if you have lived that long, you have been the luckiest of all lucky elves.
So like 800's not too far out of the question.
No, yeah, it's like you're in your 70s.
So I just entertained the thought that like end of the campaign after, everything's said and done, if everybody's still alive, Akashi and Darius
As immortal buddies,
at
yeah.
the beginning of the next campaign, and they both look the same way they do right now.
Right, of course, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man, poor Akashi would outlive Mira.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
That's the sad part about being an elf in a D&D world.
And
Well,
she's a
she's-
half elf, so she'll
It
live
sounded like you
quite
said
a while,
elephant
but-
for a second. I'm like, never forget it's an elephant.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what he tells you.
Immortality. Oh no, that was the wrong
Oh.
accent. Immortality, you say?
oh my gosh,
can-
we do not need an invincible and immortal Adelene.
I don't think Adeline wants to be invincible. She's just like she says immortality. You see, I think we can take care of that, if you know.
Yeah, so I think Akashi just says, well, you know him probably better than anyone else. Where would his camp be?
I think we know where
I think
his
you
camp
know,
is.
yeah.
Do we know where his
Because
camp is?
we
Okay.
went back and told Navarro where the camp was.
Mhm.
Right, that's right. So
Oh.
so then the assumption is that we also know it, like
Yes.
Navarro's told us. Okay.
Yep. And
So-
that's the thing. I mean, the real question now is, do you try to pick up the trail somehow, right? I mean, because I guess if they teleported, they could have teleported all the way back, but you don't know exactly like what their range. Like you don't even like in Adeline, you found like fur on the ground, right? So that's like you're just confused as like what's going on, what their capabilities might be. So, but yeah, definitely one possibility might just be let's teleport to Faustino's camp. That is certainly a thing you could do.
I mean, I don't want to use my only 7th level spell slot. That, and I'm not extremely familiar with it, so it might not work.
Yeah.
So let's see. D&D, actually, let's see if I mean teleport. If I just get a description of it, there is an almost 50% chance that something will go wrong. Because you have
Sounds
to
like
be
a fun way to
familiar.
start off our session.
You have to be
Yeah.
familiar. You have to be familiar with it. Because would we have seen it before?
No.
Yeah, 43% chance it just goes wrong.
Actually,
thank you.
Adeline, make a luck save, because Lucian could scry, or no, it's either Lucian or Damien could scry. It's possible that maybe you scried on Faustino's camp.
6.
Nope, you didn't. Or at least you guys
Yeah.
weren't in the room when he did, right? Yeah.
'Cause you have to be
Well-
pretty familiar with the place
Yeah.
for you to teleport there. That's why it is a very much so a get out of jail
I get a
free
jail
card.
free
Like
card, yeah.
we can easily get it. That's our way to get out of Faustino's camp
Yeah.
if something goes wrong. Not into Faustino's camp the way I see it.
Hmm.
Well, we could take my boat.
How
To
far away are
Faustino's
we from
camp.
Faustino's camp?
You guys on the hex map there? Can you see everything?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're a
You guys
couple
are there.
days travel.
He's right there. 270 miles by land.
Well, by boat would get us a lot. Oh, that's the wrong way though, isn't it?
It would be,
Yeah.
let's see, 250.
I was looking at the river. But I think the river's flowing the wrong way for us to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, it would be about 500 miles.
Well, I specifically was thinking the river, but I think it's going the wrong way for us to go that way.
I mean, you could still go up it. Like, you can still row up
But
it.
would it be any faster?
I mean, pretty much. Depends, I guess.
Well, I don't know if a ship would fit on the river.
It's the
At all
Amazon, so
points.
yes.
Okay.
Right, like it's the Amazon River. Like it's a pretty big river. You could do it.
All right, well, we'll just walk.
Okay.
I think the ship would actually be quicker though if we went down the river.
Well, I mean, let's figure this out. How fast can a ship travel in D&D?
I don't know. That's a good
Let's
question.
figure it out.
Comparatively to fast travel.
Travel. Travel pace. Here we go. Vehicles. Why did it bring me to a page on hags? That is
Sailing on a
not
ship
what I
on the deep blue
needed.
sea, you're the captain's mate am I, and there's nowhere I would rather be than by my captain's side. Oh, the sun is bright and the wind's just right and the sails are sailing fine.
This is definitely
Sailing on
not
a
the
ship
right
as I'll always
page.
be,
Why
for
is
the
it bringing me
captain's
to
mate am I,
hags?
oh my
What are you
captain's
singing and why are you singing it,
A
Jordan?
sea shanty.
because we're about to be on a ship,
Oh,
and because it's a song that I sang in choir when I was in like
I thought you were
elementary
singing
school.
that because he said hags. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound like a song about hags.
Here we go. Found it. Vehicles. Okay. What is that? What do you actually have, Saori?
I have a ship.
What kind of ship?
I don't know.
One that goes in water.
What kind of ships are there?
I mean, probably would be a sailing ship,
Hold
right?
on. Hold on.
Like there's galley, keelboat, longship, rowboat, sailing ship, and warship.
A boat.
It'd probably be a sailing ship, yeah.
What you have the like magic item, don't you? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I do.
What is it called?
Great question. Hold on. I made the folding boat.
Yeah, because it might say in the rules like what specific boat it is.
Big boats, you just like fold it, put it in your pocket.
Yup. I asked for it when I joined the verdict.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just like a rowboat, but like.
Well, it's
Oh, hold on.
it has a sail. It can fit up to 4.
But it had to make it
there are
across
different-
like the whole ocean.
There are different command words. You can make a bigger ship if you do. A
Okay, that's
particular
what I thought
command
because
word.
I wouldn't have taken that if I couldn't. Oh.
Yeah.
Has a deck, rowing,
Seeds, fire,
Seeds.
oars.
an anchor.
Yeah, why
deck
doesn't it?
cabinet.
Come on, there's literally vehicles in the rules here. You should have just told me what vehicle it counts as.
Yeah.
Let's see, and the reason I wonder this is because, like, there's a big difference between a sailing ship, a longship, and a galley, but all of them are roughly around the same size.
Okay.
Let's do a quick Google search, shall we? How big is a galley? Okay, it's probably not a galley. How big is a longship? Okay.
It's long.
It is
That's.
probably a sailing ship then. Let's just go with that. That makes sense.
We got to make sure it doesn't turn sideways in the middle of the river.
Thank you for that meme. Yes, so sailing ship it goes 2 miles per hour. Which means, I mean, that's because you don't stop a ship, right? That's 24 hours in a day. That's actually that's 48 miles a day. Right, which that's about double what you would do on land.
That's true.
Yeah.
So with it's 500 miles by boat. But if you go around the peninsula, let's see, 90, 68, 130, 200. It's 300 miles if you go downriver, but then you'll still have to go 50 more miles by land.
But we'll be traveling essentially only 200 because we're going twice as fast and we're not stopping.
True. Yeah.
So we'll get there a lot faster by the boat from the south. Well, what?
Yeah. I mean, the question I guess is, are you going to go by river then?
Probably.
What if by no? That was the wrong joke.
We're gonna go just around the river bend.
Just around the river.
Yeah. So let's see. That means if it's 200 mile. No, wait. Did I say 200? Did I say? Is it 3? Yeah, 300. No. Oh, I'm confused. I just did the calculations on this. No way.
It's about 300.
Yeah, 300. 300. So that means 300 divided by 48. It takes you
Approximately
6 days, and then probably well, it's going to take you probably 8 days to get to Faustino's camp, because 2 days of land travel after that, basically. So
How much would
7 or 8
would it
days.
take for just walking?
Just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 250. Take 10 days.
So it is quicker to take boat.
It is quicker.
Boat it is.
Sounds good.
So so that's the question though. Do we want to see if we can try to like roll like a survival check to see if we can maybe like find some like tracks or something to see if like they didn't
That's the
teleport
question.
out?
Right? Yeah.
Like I think that would make more sense because if we can catch them on their trail, obviously that's better.
That's probably the
but-
first step. Yeah.
Okay, I have a 10 in survival. Anybody have anything better than that?
I doubt it, but I'll check.
What does survival take?
Mine is 0.
Wisdom.
I've got a 5.
Is anybody proficient in it?
I think it's just you.
Just me. Okay. All right.
If I was a
one
bard,
else
I
who's
would give
proficient that can help give me advantage.
You know what? Navarro probably has scouts. Sure.
Okay. Cool. 21.
21.
Nice.
All right. Let me roll for the people who are trying to lose you. And we'll see if they can do so.
They will be the losers.
Okay, Ernie.
Ernie?
Bert, no, Ernie. It is Ernie.
No, Ernie goes.
Yeah, that's.
I went.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. I guess. Fine.
That was closer to Bert. Bert goes.
I suppose.
Why do I know this?
It's important stuff to know. It's important. I'm glad you know it, Seth. Okay. So you find the trail, Saori. So from the trail, so what it looks like, what happened, right, is they went to the edge of camp. They some of their members teleported in, grabbed the wizard, and then teleported back to the spot, and then they went on foot away. With the 21, you can tell that they're all humanoids. 2 of them are wearing boots, so you're not sure what race they might be. But they're probably not. It's not probably not natives. It's probably not Genasi specifically, right? So Faustino's a good guess, right? But you also see a few pairs of tracks that look like. I mean, Saori isn't familiar with them, but probably one of the scouts says like that's a tabaxi. And so yeah, it's a bunch of cat humanoid tracks as well.
Well, wipes.
He's been gathering some allies or slaves, either way.
Slaves.
What's the difference?
In Terra Nullius, there is none to difference.
Willingness.
Yeah. Right. Cool. They are
What
conscious,
direction
though, so.
do they go in?
I mean, the obvious direction, towards Faustino's, right?
Here's the real question.
Right, but I mean, like, are they taking the river also, or are they going straight on land? Just directly to?
Good question. They are probably going by land, yeah.
Here's the real question.
Darn
though,
it,
now.
can't use my boat.
Yeah.
Do we want to here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to follow them, or do we want to try and get ahead of them?
Oh, like try to beat them there.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. Do you want to intercept them, or do you want to get there before them?
Yeah, because the thing is, if we try to get there before them, it will be. We might beat them by a day or two, so we could like help. We could like clear out some of the camp and not have to worry about that as so much. But we don't know when they're coming, and we don't necessarily know what direction they're coming from. They might not take a straight path.
Right. I think the problem with like going down the river and trying to beat them there is we don't know what direction they're going to come from, and then on top of that, they're closer to their camp. The closer we are to our camp, I think the better. And because like if we go down the river, we're losing their tracks. So we have like no idea like but they could come from here. They could come from here.
And that's what I was meaning. I was like, we won't know what direction they're coming from, but we could at least beat them there. And like,
why not just intercept them?
Why not just like
intercept them in the jungle,
like try to like.
Well, you mean like follow them?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, just the question is, can we reach them in time? Is the question with that?
I mean, that would be opposed survival checks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so what is your actual intent here? Do you want to just not lose their trail? Do you want to intercept them in the jungle on the way there, or do you want to beat them to the camp?
I want to intercept them. I think
intercepting them would be ideal.
Yeah,
it's just harder.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think intercepting them. I'm trying to think of.
Wouldn't that just be like, because at that point then it's speed, right? Like, can we catch up to them? So
yeah, but it's
like
you're in a jungle.
Like athletic.
That's the issue. It's not really a chase, right? It has to do with who can navigate the jungle quick enough, but that has to do with survival skills, not speed, right? That has to do with hacking and slashing, and knowing the right ways to go, so that you don't lose a day because you get to a cliff and you can't go around it, right? Like that's the sort of thing that you have to deal with in the jungle here. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, would navigating the jungle, would part of that include maybe, would part of that include, like, avoiding and, like, evading conflicts with random creatures, or?
Probably. Right? Like, because if we don't have a good survival check, or if they don't have a good survival check, the chances of them like running into things are probably more likely, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the campaign, I'm less interested in you guys getting jumped by a dinosaur, right?
Well,
like,
sure.
No, of course, but I'm just saying, like, for them, possibly, maybe that's a reason they get hung up.
My specific reasoning is can I make the argument that if I were to use Pass Without Trace, a couple of times, I don't know how, like, I assume it would probably take a couple days to catch up to them.
Right. So he's saying, like, can we use that to give us advantage so that because we'd be avoiding things like on the way easier than they would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the issue is I think you were kind of at disadvantage before, right? Because of you're definitely behind them. And it's a jungle, right? Like it's just not easy to catch up to someone in the situation you're in. So yes, I think you can do that, Akashi, but it would basically just make it a straight roll at that point.
Okay.
So.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and roll a second DC for you.
Opposing.
Yeah. I'll roll a DC DC for
survival.
We'll see what they get. 20.
Oh, frick.
No.
Okay, 26 is your.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of.
All right. Well, that's not going to happen. We're definitely not going to intercept them.
We'll try. You just have to roll higher than 16.
You just have to roll a 17.
17 or higher on a straight roll. All right.
Not what I meant.
Not that. Don't roll a 17.
Yeah.
This is what I was afraid of.
And we would have won if we would have had advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
But there just wasn't really a way to get it.
And that's the issue. You guys just weren't. The cards were stacked against you from the beginning with this.
It's kind of why I wanted to get there before them. But
the thing is, like, I could have, I also could have like just gone on ahead of them.
Yeah, so
But
I think
you're just a one person though. So
Right. Yeah, that's the.
yeah. So I think the thing that the situation you guys find yourselves in is obviously like you can keep up with them because they are worried about people following them, right? So they're not necessarily going as quickly as you guys are going, right? You guys don't have to worry about covering your tracks. So you can still follow them. Like this role means that you can, but I think you just realize, Saori, like there's no way like that you're going to be able to push ahead unless you take a big risk, right? Unless you decide, all right, we are going to try to guess where they're going to be and like push ahead of them somehow using a different skill. Like those are your options at this point, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just follow them all the way to the camp and get there a day after them, right?
Right, which we don't want to do.
No.
Okay.
Could it
I'm trying to
be
think what
that?
skill I could use.
Okay.
Could I use an animal handling check to get some animal mounts and get them quicker?
I don't know if Saori...
I'm just throwing out bullcrap ideas.
Do you have it trained?
Well,
Not trained, but I have a 5 in
I
it.
just don't think Saori is going to be able to tame some dinosaurs in the wilderness here. I don't think that's an option.
I do
Go ahead,
have
Jordan.
a question.
Yeah.
You have is your ship like a portable ship? Like you can just.
She literally has like a magic item that she can just fold out and it becomes a boat.
But we are far from the river at this point.
But if you made it, like, so you guys are going to be right here, right? This is where you are right now on the map. When you realize this, so you could go 2 hexes, go to the river, and try to intercept them, right? That's still an option. It's just a risk.
That point, then we'll be 2 days behind them.
Yeah, because we're traveling.
So we would like possibly meet them, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It's a risk, right? You'd have to like make some good rolls. Like honestly, it would be up to Saori, I think, at that point to make really good sailing rolls.
Right. It would be like a good like navigation. Check.
How do we have any idea of how far ahead of us they are?
They're a day ahead, right?
They're basically a day ahead, and
wise,
that's like about 26 miles.
Okay, then my idea won't work. My idea was to dimension door us a bunch, but that's 500 feet.
No, that's not significant enough to help.
Yeah. That's what
I honestly, I assume that Adelene probably was already using those sorts of tricks, right? You get to a cliff and you go up it quick, you just dimension door, right?
I can only do that with
Is there any other options besides just using the boat, or do we want to try something else?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at your guys' skills and abilities and see if there's anything else.
Teleport.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Where have we been?
We have been.
Have we been in that area?
You've been to the north.
Dang it.
Right.
So we have not been
like,
anywhere
up
over
here.
here.
Not really, no.
Frick.
Yeah.
What's this again?
That's Arendira City. Not Nelqui City, Arendira City.
So we haven't been like anywhere to the west.
No, not really.
No.
Frick.
Okay, here's
could
what I'm
just
wondering though.
teleport us
If
if
we
we did.
teleport, let's see. So what exact one have we been to? Which square exactly?
Sorry, I'm apparently my brain is just dying and I don't understand what you're saying.
Which square were we at for like
you guys
the
were
last
like
encounter that we had?
Honestly, it was like up here.
Because what I'm wondering is if teleporting up here and then traveling to the coast and then going down would be quicker.
Yes, that actually might be better. Yeah.
Have we been to the coast on that side?
No, but we've been up here, and I mean we haven't been over here either. So I mean it'd be like the same thing, right?
No,
It'd just be.
I'm curious about something. I don't actually remember which hex you were in.
Kind of important.
I know it is kind of important, so I'm gonna look.
And it
see, like,
doesn't
exactly where it is.
necessarily going to work.
Yeah.
There's like a 5% chance something goes wrong at this point.
Oh, that's a lot better than 43%.
It's better, but it's still not great.
Another thing, like, to consider, like, Akashi could just run on ahead?
I don't know how much Saori would want you to do that.
Yeah. Well, my thought is like, especially if like maybe if you both you teleported up there and went down that way, and then I followed in from behind and just caught up and kind of like kept to the shadows, and I don't know.
But if you got
that
caught,
would be really hard though, because you don't have
Yeah.
like Caleb was saying, it's more about survival at that point. It's less about being quick. It's about like,
yeah, if you lost the track, you'd be on your own,
Yeah.
right.
lost in the
That'd be-
forest.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's not what I want. Why did I want that one? That's not what I need.
The funny thing is if the teleportation goes wrong, it could get us closer to the coast.
True. No, yeah, very true. Right.
It could also make it worse. It could also get us on the other side of the peninsula.
Okay, I found the hex.
Wait, which hex is it?
Let me. It
Akashi shouldn't have any trouble
is-
navigating the jungle actually,
This hex.
by himself at least.
Okay,
This
that's what I
hex?
thought.
Yep, that
So
one.
then
Okay.
actually that might
That's
not
actually
be
better.
harder.
No, because here's the thing. It's here. Let me get this. Show to others. Yeah, it's two either way. So here it's 50. If it was here, it would also be about 50.
Yep.
But this is actually closer to them.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't want like this is the thing. I think you guys know
We don't
you
want to go to the camp.
You don't want to go to
we
the
wanna
camp.
Go,
like you will
here.
lose if you do that. Like Faustino just
Right.
has too much stuff at his disposal. Like he's an army. Like you want to intercept them. That's your best chance here. Which honestly, I mean, at this point, I feel like it's a crapshoot. Either direction, you're just not quite. That hex isn't quite close enough. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess probably this one, like to do teleporting there, probably is the best option because you can probably move faster on the ocean. Like it would be an easier navigation check from Saori to get there quicker than going upriver.
Okay.
So yeah, that seems like the best option.
Let's do that.
Is that
Okay,
the plan?
so teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for sure what we're doing? Everybody in agreement?
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
How does with the nature of teleport? What does it mean for him to be familiar?
You've been there. You've seen or
Familiarity.
you've seen it.
Well, so
Very
Could-
familiar is a place you have been very often, a place you have carefully studied, or a place you can see when you cast the spell, or a place you can see when you cast the spell. Seen casually is some place you have seen more than once, but with which you aren't very familiar. So would this be seen casually or very
I mean, you
familiar?
guys spent a bunch of time there fighting. I feel like it's fine to have.
here's my question. From right here, would we be able to see this like off in the distance? Like, are these mountainous kind of?
Yeah, it's like hills. I mean, the thing is, it's a jungle, so you probably wouldn't be able to see it because
We
there's just
can't
not
see
enough
it.
line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because probably what I'm doing is I'm bringing us specifically, because I have to bring it to a specific spot. So I'm probably specifically bringing you to the temple that was there.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be the easiest thing to do.
Okay, let's. I don't know if clicking this will bring it up. Nope. Okay, never
Well,
mind.
that certainly brought it up.
I was wondering if it would bring up the roll.
Yeah.
So it's the D100.
D100, yeah. So what do you need to get for this?
Frick.
Did you fail? Get a
No,
9?
it's not failed, but we are in a similar area.
Oh, okay.
So a similar area means you and your group or the target object wind up in a different area that's visually or thematically similar to the target area.
Oh no.
If you are heading for your home laboratory, for example, you might wind up in another wizard's laboratory or in an alchemist's
Oh
workshop.
boy.
Generally, you appear in the closest similar place, but since the spell has a range limit, you could conceivably wind up anywhere on the plane.
You know where I think you guys end up.
Frick. This is why this was a risk.
This is okay. This is where you guys go. Okay, this is gonna be awesome.
Dang it. I just had to roll a 5 higher, and it would have been just off target.
Thank you. Random rolls. Okay, so you guys are suddenly transported to a random spot in the jungle. You obviously have no idea where it is, right? You have no reference for where you
Well,
are.
because I specifically said
I know.
I specifically was thinking temple. Okay.
I know. But right in front of you, you see the entrance to a temple, right? We see this carved archway. You see death is the road to awe above it, right? It carved there. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously a death temple, like a temple dedicated to the god of death.
And
I think
it's
Adeline just sees this and she says, and she just swears under her breath,
Yeah.
"Isn't the right place." Akashi, do you have any idea where we are?
okay.
That was the wrong accent. Akashi, do you have any idea?
Wait, does
where
Akashi
we are?
recognize it?
Yeah, do I recognize it for one thing?
No, you were never
Okay.
here.
Okay. So here's
So
what I
for-
want to do. Is there a nearby tree, or what's the nearest high thing? Tall
I
thing.
mean, you're in a jungle. There are plenty of trees. You could climb one. I
Okay.
guess.
So whatever the nearest tall object is, whether it's a tree or the temple itself, I want to climb to the top of it, and then I want
Mhm.
to jump as high as I can, straight up, and try to figure out where we're at.
Okay.
I have an idea, Caleb, if we are way off. but
I'm
we'll
I
just.
see.
think
I'm,
as a player, I know where it is. This
Yeah.
is this where we is this where the Panthers were with all the black slime
No,
and we killed
you didn't get
no.
it, no.
Okay.
I'm
there a
trying. I'm trying to real quick. I'm trying to find the map for this in all of my like saved archived maps.
Is there a teleportation circle back at Navarro's camp?
Yes.
Okay, we can get back to the camp at least. I have teleportation circle.
Let's see. Just
Caleb, is there
I'm
a statue?
No. That has been completely like the island is dead. Everything on it is
Okay,
dead.
okay.
Like, don't worry
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
Wondering if
right.
we're on the island, but that is right. It is dead.
I just don't remember what I called this map because
We're expecting us to be back here.
Is this the one where we found the map that said, or the thing where like about
No,
when
that-
we found
that's
lies?
That's a moon temple.
Okay.
Man, what in the world did I
I'm
know?
trying to think. We haven't been to that many temples.
I know, yeah. Honestly, you guys should have been able to figure this out at this point. I don't know.
I don't remember, man.
So it's not one that we've
no, you're
been
good.
to.
I'm not disappointed in you. I'm just.
I probably just I turn to I like as I get mad I walk around looking around and say, "This is why we do not listen to the fresh blood."
Yeah.
Like,
Just stomping
teleport.
around.
I believe in you.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Cool.
I'm trying to think because
Are you guys gonna go in it at all?
I think Adeline is looking around it trying to get an idea.
Well,
of
I
if
mean,
there's any...
like I said, I think Akashi like climbs whatever the highest thing is, and jumps straight up, so I can try to get an idea of.
Right. So that's your first thing. Is just like I'm gonna figure out where you are.
Yeah.
I guess it's make a survival check, right? It doesn't matter how high you can jump, right? Like we know you can jump pretty high. It's just like whether or not you can get your bearings well enough.
Right. Well, because I'm specifically wondering if I jump high and then I'm able to like see just enough past trees and stuff to be like, oh look, there's the coast, and that's where
Right.
this stuff is.
Yeah.
Or something.
I think that's
Or
what that's
if I
making
don't-
this check possible, not what's giving you advantage, unfortunately. Right.
Okay. Cool. And you said it would be survival?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I could do for advantage.
just like genuinely trying to think like what other temple. So besides like the one
You'll
where we
figure it out in a
almost all
second.
fell to
Yeah.
our death.
I can't think of any that. Yeah, like because that one was who we're at. The only ones I can think of were on the island.
You gonna go for advantage, Akashi, or
Well, I'm just trying to think of like what I would. like what kind of thing I would have that might help to give me advantage besides like using Step of the Wind, which lets me spend.
You know what? Well,
I mean,
Sayori has it.
I
trained.
have it trained.
So go ahead. And, go ahead and take advantage because you're probably going to confer with Sayori and tell her what you saw, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
And then like, should I like I can spend a key point for Step of the Wind, so I'll jump twice as high.
Cool. Yeah, you just like
don't take fall damage.
I think he has to fall a lot to take fall damage.
Yeah, he has slow fall anyways. So he'll be fine.
Right.
Aww.
Good thing animated.
Super ninja jump.
So Akashi, I think you figure out where you are, but it doesn't actually really help you because you realize, so you recognize the mountains, right? You see the mountains, this like mountain range, but you're on the opposite side of them. You're like over here.
Where?
Over here.
Oh.
You're like on the other side of the mountains, right? You're like
Which
really
mountains?
far away.
Sorry, can you pick?
Like it right. Sorry, I'll do this.
We're at the top of the peninsula.
Oh.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, you guys are like on the other. You're not even in the Alotli Basin anymore.
Wait, we've never been here, have we?
Nope. Well,
how are we supposed to recognize?
You'll understand it in a second. So that happens. You realize where you are.
Is it because it's literally the temple where we were, and it's just been teleported over here now?
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
Okay.
it obviously does not look like the same temple. It's a different temple. Did you guys go in it or not? That's the question I'm asking.
I think so. Akashi gets an idea of where we're at, right?
Yeah, you know where you are now.
So Akashi just turns to Adelene and says, "You're not gonna like where we're at."
Yeah.
And then I think we probably just cut.
Yeah, like it's been explained. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Adeline is. Oh, here's the thing. I can get us back to Navarro's camp in 10 minutes. But I'm not sure if that helps. Because then we are behind a lot.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
I mean,
issue,
we're
right?
already behind.
I know. So at this point, I'm like, we can go back, but we might not have a chance with this wizard. You know, I don't know, like, because how many days away are they from? How many days away were they from?
I think there were like 5, maybe 5 or 6, something like that.
They were 5 days away. So we travel back. We still have 7 days of travel, 8 days of travel. So we'll have them for 3 days, which might be too much.
But I mean, the other thing is, Adeline, you could just try to, like, what are you going to do in 10 minutes? You're going to cast teleport again?
Cast teleportation circle. That will
Cast
get us
teleportation
back.
circle. Yeah.
Yes, that will get us back to Navarro's camp to his teleportation circle.
So, I mean, from what you guys know of the situation, you could sleep here tonight and then try it again tomorrow, same place you wanted to go, and you could probably still make it. It would be really tight.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
But you could try it.
But is it worth doing that from Navarro's camp? No. Adeline
not
would want to
really,
save
right?
magic.
Yeah.
And I was like, we might as well, like. I think Adeline is just going to be glaring at Saori. Take a deep breath. We will try. Because actually, no. This is the thing. She does. Okay, no. This is perfect. She will not go back to Navarro's camp because she will not let Navarro know we failed.
Exactly, right?
So she would just say, "We will try again in the morning. Navarro will not hear this, and I will not tell him about this." And he says that, glaring at Saori. He's like, thinking to herself, "We should have taken the boat."
She's just like, I mean, I believed in you. I thought that you could do it.
And he's like,
I still think that we can do it. We can make up lost
Stop.
time. But in the meantime, look at this cool temple. What does it say?
At this, what time of day is it?
Midday.
Akashi just points up and says, "Death is the road to awe."
Good, because I need to kill something. that point, Adeline would probably like it. I'm like, let's go find out. Let's go see if we can find anything
I
useful
think
inside.
Akashi just sighs and shrugs, and then just starts walking inside.
Wait, is Adeline? Who's you? Does Mirror's in a sword, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is anyone using that sword?
Well, Kashi has it.
It is mine.
He's
My
attuned
sword.
But are you
to it.
using it?
He's currently
Not
attuned to it, so
specifically.
in a sense, yes.
attuned.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Can I make like a perception check to like look around? And...
I mean, are you just like perception, like just to make sure nothing's immediately in there, or are you investigating?
Probably just like look around, make sure like nothing.
I mean, I would have done
Yeah,
that
just-
too earlier.
Basically, yeah. I mean, someone go ahead and roll perception with advantage, whoever is the highest, just
Wait,
because you guys are like
let's-
being alert, quick, just to make sure there's nothing in
I
that's
have
gonna.
+5.
I have a plus
Perception,
10.
you say?
Okay, go ahead then.
Oh, I also have +10 perception. So,
Okay,
One of you make with
whoever...
advantage.
you can make it, Jordan.
well, I mean, I'm just wondering if there's anything that like, I don't know, specifically extra helps with that or something.
Well, I'm giving you advantage because we're trained.
Yeah,
trained in it.
We already have advantage. Don't
so
worry
I
about
guess
it.
it's the same either way. Okay.
We're both
This
just like
map
looking
should-
around.
Wow.
17. It's not like eerily silent, but it is silent, right?
Is it dark in here?
In the immediate, it seems dark. I guess with a 17, you notice that there's like a maybe soft green glow
Coming from the temple.
from inside somewhere. Yeah.
8.
Sounds
Eight?
extremely familiar.
Well, you know what? I'm invisible.
I forget. Do I have dark vision? I don't think I have dark vision. No, I have dark vision.
Actually, I'll probably prepare an action to turn invisible in case like I decided I need to do it.
Okay, Akashi, let's get in there. I need to let off some steam.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drag guys to this map. You can feel free to.
You freaking kidding me? You freaking kidding me? This is where we are.
Where is it?
This is where we are.
Do you know? I don't know if you know. I think you might be.
Is this where the one like dragons were?
No.
Where they planted the tree?
Oh yes, yep. Good job. You figured it out.
Wait, this is where we planted the tree?
Remember, it randomly goes around to places.
Right. Okay. Like, but I didn't think that was an actual temple. It was like a cave that had it on there. That's
Right,
like a
but-
different description.
It's a temple to. It's still a
Right.
temple
It's a
to the
temple,
death god.
but it's like a cave temple.
Right. Again, it's that's visually or thematically similar. So.
Right. So
Oh
I just
my
didn't get you
Got it.
saying that it
Yeah.
was like a cave. I would have guessed it right away if I had known that. I don't see anything.
Top right corner.
I'm there.
Is your token maybe just not set properly yet or something?
Might not be. But yeah, I'm just saying. Oh, there we are. Okay,
I
perfect.
just gave you vision, so you should have it now.
Yeah,
think
I
she
got
said-
it now.
Okay.
I got it now.
Yeah, go ahead and drag yourself
Okay.
if you want.
Okay, so this explains why I didn't recognize the green. I was like, okay, I've never been here.
Yeah.
But I
None of us have
recognize
been
this
here.
area now.
Oh, hey, and then Ari's just like there too. Just kidding.
I mean, depending on when this is all happening.
No, I don't think she's there.
No, that'd be too convenient.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, honestly, at this point, like, there's nothing else in here. Nothing's gonna hurt you.
Okay.
So I'll just drag you down. If you guys didn't know what it was, I would have just kept the suspense up until you got down there.
As soon as I saw the green
Yeah.
and the path, I'm like, oh, it's this area.
So I mean, yeah, you see the tree of life, right?
It's got like a so like Saori, I think, will like try to go up to it, but then there's like a force field, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's just like, huh. Interesting. Could I make I don't have this like trained or anything like that. Could I make some kind of like history check to see if I've heard of anything like this?
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe like put some pieces together with like what Navarro said and like
And her
Like
history
old-
with a certain Damien.
History or religion.
or religion.
Right,
I
'cause
suck at
tree of
both
life.
those. I have a 0. All
I
right.
just had an idea. I think I can get in there. Is it the beans of force that are
15. Yeah, it's the beans of force.
I don't know if
Okay.
a 15 is enough, particularly because Saori is East Asian.
Right.
Wait, what were the beans of force actually called?
Cube of Force.
So, can I I have tongue of the sun and moon, so I can touch the key. I can touch the key of other minds, so I can understand languages and such. Can I use a similar method to try to, I don't know, understand the force field or something? Understand the force? I don't know.
No.
Okay, I tried. Can I? I'm gonna punch the field of the force field. I'm just gonna give it a.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like punching a brick wall, so that hurts.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Here's the
Akashi
thing.
can take it, but
Here's the thing, guys. I'm looking at the cube of force stuff, and it says that things can't pass through it, but it says nothing about teleportation.
well, spell effects can't pass through the barrier.
But the spell effect isn't passing through the barrier, is it, technically?
I feel like the cube of force is made specifically so you can't teleport inside of it.
Wait, let's see. Google.
Yeah, let's see if
Cube of force teleport. You travel. Stack exchange. What the? Oh. Oops, nope. Did not want to open whatever that was. Oh, aside, according to this one thing in Stack Exchange, aside, because they're talking about trapping someone inside the cube of force with you, which we have done before. It says, aside from the obvious counterspell problem, which we'll ignore here, it would still be possible to escape the cube of force by teleportation or similar for some enemies. A sorcerer would have access to subtle spell and hence could cast teleport while silenced by expanding sorcery spell points. I might be able to teleport inside there.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it either way, right? Like, obviously, way it's worded, it just depends on whether or not, it's like, but I guess, like, you're not actually moving in a straight line with teleportation, right? You're just becoming somewhere else.
I read something that kind of helps me make sense of it. If Darius was like, I want to get in there, and didn't know anything about Ari being able to let people in, he's like, I want to get in there and eat some of that because I'm pretty hungry. Could he go to the Feywild or the Shadowfell, walk past the area of the barrier, and then teleport back in? And
Definitely, yeah.
Because that's how teleportation works: is that you exit one plane of existence and then just re-enter it at a different point.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep.
But Adeline doesn't have a spell for teleport.
I have Dimension Door.
Yeah, I mean, is that what Dimension Door is doing too? Are you going into another plane of existence?
You teleport yourself from a current location to any other spot within range.
Yeah. Yep. Adeline.
well, hold on.
Oh boy.
What the difference is that Dimension Door doesn't have a range of self, which is what some people are saying is since Dimension Door has since Dimension Door is targeting a destination, I don't know, it's weird, but I don't know, you're GM.
It's still teleporting though.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how the context of how the rules of teleportating work in this context.
I think it still counts. I think you can Dimension Door in.
Because here's the thing. Adeline's pissed. She saw a tree. She's like, let's look. She's like, you just try to poke into it. She's thinking if this is guarded, it's for a reason.
And so let's take just a step back here.
Okay.
Obviously, this is, we're using the rules for the Cube of Force and stuff.
Mhm.
But there's also something to be said for the fact that this is like a magical tree that came from them but isn't quite them. I could see this going either way. The thing that I'm wondering about is, one, is this soul magic, which means you can't, like, it doesn't work, period. Soul magic doesn't automatically mean that, like, it just doesn't work, but, like, it could, depending on what's happening here. Two, if this is some, like, powerful magic field that isn't the cube of force, we need to decide that now, right? Because if anyone with Dimension Door can get inside this thing,
kind of breaks the world down.
but there's also the idea that, I mean, the temple, in theory, you can't just stumble upon it. You guys did because, story. But I don't know, Alyssa, do you have thoughts on this?
Mike?
I really hate the thought that somebody could just teleport in. I don't think Big G God would allow that to happen. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But
to me, that just seems too like.
It's also
really,
the kind of
like, I don't know. Like, I could see it being like, this is soul magic, right? So like, it would be a lot more difficult, right, to get in, and like, I don't know.
It's also the kind of thing of if it's teleporting around, why have it? If you can't get it, why have it show up to begin with? That's my thought. It's to the first argument, not the second one necessarily.
Let's do this. Adeline, you can make an Arcana check.
Can I? Would it be the Arcana check be while I'm doing it, or?
Well, okay, real quick, Jordan, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to ask, like, would Ari kind of be getting like connection vibes with people who are like
she doesn't have like some sort of supernatural connection where she can like sense that people are here.
Okay,
that's not how this works. If the Coatls that tended this temple were still alive, they would obviously be getting vibes wherever they were. Yeah, they did. So yeah, I mean, honestly, Adeline, I think this is probably you having to cast the spell and then do our Arcana check to see if you can figure it out. This isn't you just standing and then thinking about whether or not you can do it. This is you actively like attempting to break through it with Arcana.
Okay, so my question was more so: do I try it and the Arcana check to see if it works?
Yes, that's
exactly
what it is. Yeah.
But so okay, let me rephrase it. Mm-hmm. Is this Arcana check to see if it can work, or is this I do it and the Arcana check to?
This is you do it and the Arcana check sees if what happens.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll take the spell slot.
Because this is the thing, like, obviously, yeah, there's a lot of factors that could mean that she can't get in. Mm-hmm. There are also factors that mean she could. So I'm curious just to see what the roll shakes out to be.
15.
Just a 15? No, for sure not.
Yeah, I figured. So probably what I'm going to just see what happens is, because just to I imagine like she tries to do it and she like, how's Dimension Door say?
You probably just pop up on the other end of the tree instead.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say like I get like blasted back, like that didn't work.
Okay,
that's
so
doesn't matter.
There's a game that I used to play called Destiny, and there was an area that I was not supposed to go to that was guarded by a such barrier as this, but it was a bouncy barrier. Like you bump into it and your character just goes whee. So I had the bright idea of taking my vehicle. And no, not even my vehicle. I got as high up as I could and had my ability that I like would ground pound. And so I ground pound like as far down and almost touch the ground. And then it would slingshot me across the map. So I am just entertained by the idea of like, she tries to Dimension Door and it just goes, vroom, vroom, and then...
Not quite like that. I was just imagining like it's just the kind of thing where like it starts to work and like I imagine like Dimension Door like it closes in and like appearing on the other side and it closes in, but instead of actually appearing on the other side, she just goes like
yeah,
it just gets like shunted right back.
Yep. Yeah,
and she sees that happen.
It's like, oh, that didn't work. That's a bummer. I was really looking forward to see. I couldn't think of any reference in history for this thing.
I think Adeline just walks out. She's like, I'm done with this. She's just like, I am just done right now. Because that's the
Okay,
thing.
so it's not-
I couldn't try it again because if I tried it again, I'd get stuck. I only have 2 5th level spells.
What is the lighting like in here?
It's all the foliage glows randomly, right? So there's like a whole garden in here, and it's all glowing.
Right. But so is it dim lighting or is it like
It's all
actually
dim lighting, yes.
Okay, I also want to try my teleporting thing in there just because I think
Okay.
I just think that's something that Akashi would try.
You can make an Arcana.
I think what happens is as Adeline is walking away, she's hacking at the shrubbery that's nearby.
Yeah. It's like insta growing back. Yeah, 12's not gonna cut it. Saori, do you have any teleportation abilities?
No.
What subclass of monk are you?
Me?
Way of the open hand.
Okay.
Oh, we have 2 monks here?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sarah's
'cause I
also a
didn't-
monk.
Oh man, we're about to. Can you imagine how many hits the 2 of us would get?
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
so much ninja action.
And Adeline just fireballs.
But no, I don't think I have anything.
Cool. I mean, so this is the thing. Like, I was thinking just a second ago. I was just trying to think, like, if there's anything else that happens here. I don't think so, right? Like, it's not like a monster's gonna jump out at you. So I think like you can just move on to the rest of your plan. It's definitely, it was curious to see like if Adeline could have done it. That would have been interesting. But you know,
I wanted it to happen.
I feel like if anyone would have done it, it would have been Adeline, right?
Exactly.
Hold on, actually, important question. Do we we don't know what this place is? Do we decide that it would be better to sleep inside or outside for the night?
Adeline doesn't want near that freaking tree. She's like, I am outside.
But I mean, do we even stay in the cave?
I don't see why Saori wouldn't.
Adeline
Seems
doesn't
like
want to see the
safe
shelter.
Place. Ooh, what if we stay in here tonight? Roll a luck save and see where we end up.
Literally
when we
what
come
I
out.
was about to say.
You will have to convince Adeline because she's like, I do not want to see.
I mean, the cave's pretty extensive, right? Like,
let's see. Here's the thing. Like, if this was any other place, what would happen is Adeline would sleep outside in the whatever, and then we would sleep inside, and then it would...
and you guys would be stuck.
I mean, guys, you gotta decide what has actually happened with the sleeping arrangement because that is a possibility. I feel.
No, I'm just saying, like, you just have to talk to Adeline about staying inside. That's all. She will stay with you. She's just pissed right now.
I mean, like Saori would just be like, "Come on, Adeline, like, don't be like
maybe
that."
it starts raining.
If it starts raining, she's like,
yeah,
fine. Yeah, I will go inside. It's okay.
Like, I thought it was a really good idea. It's just really powerful
Wait a second.
magic.
Do I
just goes from like it just is, it's a beautiful clear day, and Adeline goes outside, and then all of a sudden,
exactly.
I really for a second wished I had silence.
Adeline just is having a bad day today.
Hey,
Wait a second.
You know who does? You know who does have silence?
Best friends and a sword. Now this new girl's here, like, who's like too nice and just not.
That's
okay.
probably also probably why she's irritated. Is because like when Mira did plans, like it would work, and like now this new person's here, it's not working. Or at least when Mira screwed up, she could give her grief. But this is just some new person that she just wants to stab right now.
I mean, Terry's not trying to give her grief. She's trying to be like, oh, like, you know, she's not being sarcastic. She's just.
Oh no, I know that. It's just that Adeline's just pissed off right now.
Okay. I think Akashi might pick up on Adeline. Like,
I think the vibes are pretty strong. Yep.
So I think for her sake, Akashi like casts silence.
That's what I was gonna say. That if I had it, as soon as she started talking, Adeline would have gone and just silenced her right then and there.
Well, it's like I think what Akashi does is like silences an area, so like this is Adeline's silence bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Silence doesn't last that long, though, does it?
So like as soon as you cast it, Saori just like goes up to Akashi and is like, did I say something wrong? Like, does Adeline just like need a moment? I know that she just lost, and I'm sorry. I guess you just lost a friend too. You know, I didn't know her, but I heard she was also a half elf. So like, that's cool.
How long does silence last, Jordan?
10 minutes.
And where did you cast it?
On you. Basically.
So I
but
think
where?
she just
So
keeps
probably,
talking to Akashi for the whole 10 minutes, and then as soon as like I see like the spell go, she goes, oh, and then she just like goes off to like a little corner.
So I think Akashi probably cast it like by the entrance of the cave.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, but near this, and she's just and she's just laying down on her back with like her shield against her stomach. She's like,
Deep breaths.
So like,
she
is this
just
the
wants
kind of
to
thing
stab
where,
something.
I'm sorry.
is this the kind of thing where Akashi is trying to get a word in edgewise and like just can't?
I mean, Saori will tuck your ear off for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Especially because she's like you're a monk too. Like, did you grow up in the monastery? Like, what monastery did you grow up in? Oh, I grew up in this one. Like, this one is the one I grew up in. Yeah. As soon as I left it, I decided to totally grow out my hair because I thought that was a really dumb tradition. So.
And then like it cuts to Adeline, and it's just see that she's like, and she's just like silent. She's like,
she's definitely one of those people where she'll ask a question, but then she'll just keep talking. So Akashi.
Okay. But and the thing is, like, Akashi doesn't even talk that much anyway, right? So like,
Well, yeah. So like Akashi's wise. He picks up on like what's going on, and so he knows to do the nods and the.
one word answers when you can get in the answer edgewise. Yeah.
he's been married.
Mira doesn't talk that much though, right? Like,
Fair.
I think
like-
Mira talks almost as maybe just a little bit more than Akashi.
Yeah.
I think at one
Just
point
slightly
Akashi probably grabs the sword, like just like it seems like nothing to Saori, but he just kind of like grabs the sword and is like, "Honey, help."
Mira just says, "You're on your own for this one, honey."
Yep. Cool.
And oh wait, so would Mira or Adeline have known this girl, like Saori?
No,
Okay.
I literally just
No.
joined the verdict.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool. So, does someone want to make a luck save to see where the temple ends
I
up
don't
in the
want to
morning?
make it. I've already failed one.
I can try.
I haven't done well either.
Go ahead, Akashi. Roll that
I was
d20.
I was about to type /roll luck. Actually, I want to try that and see what happens.
Probably nothing.
There was an error with your formula. Yeah, usually.
Akashi making potions.
This is the
Well, so this is the thing. Like, if you had gotten a crit 20, it would have been like you intercept them. Like, you walk out in the morning and they're there, right? Like, obviously that would have been it. But this is good
that
for
would not have been good though, because that's what they're looking for.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would have been crit fail would have been that too. So I mean, if
either way,
you're
right?
Yeah.
A crit success would have been like, we get there and they don't see the cave. Crit failure would have been, we get there, but they totally know that.
or like we get there, we leave the cave, then we turn around, the cave's gone.
Yeah.
So 13, it's obviously good for you guys, right? It helps you. But it's not like perfect.
Do we get to like the coast maybe?
I think what's gonna happen, like no matter what happens, is Adeline's gonna walk out, see it's different, turn to Akashi, say, if we see this cave again, I am going to burn that tree to the ground. I don't care how long it takes. I will find my way in there and I will burn it down. She's just like, I'm tired.
I think you guys teleport.
Like Akashi's just getting an earful from. Like Akashi's just getting 2 ears full. One is from a very talkative, happy, just go lucky girl, and then the other is from just like this angry, bitter, like I want to burn the world,
Mhm,
girl.
mhm.
She's like, I just want. We didn't actually.
Nice.
Sorry, I tried to mute before that came out. And then that just happened.
All good, all good.
We didn't make it. We're still behind. I feel kind of.
It depends on where it depends on which hex they went into, right?
Well, because I was gonna say that's pretty much where we were wanting to be to begin from.
Yep.
Be to begin. In that case, would we kind of recognize this area because we've been
Yeah.
around here?
Yeah.
So I say like, what did you reckon?
Oh,
Like,
wait,
sorry.
we just go there?
Yeah.
Only
I think-
one
I
hex
think-
from where we intended to go.
I think Adeline after just saying that, she turned to us like, wait, not Darius. I say, wait, Akashi. We've been here. We're
And Saori's like, see, I told you it'd all work out.
Yeah.
I knew you could do it, Adeline.
Wait, does no? What is Saori again?
Half elf monk.
Half elf. I thought she was. Who's the halfling then?
Hoity.
No, didn't you play it? No, was it a gnome? Did you play like a
I
short?
played a gnome, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. So Saori's not the gnome.
Shayla was a halfling.
Okay, Shayla's the one I'm thinking
She
of.
pretended to be a gnome.
Was a halfling.
So I think.
Also, you guys, okay, completely random thing. You guys know what song came into my mind the other day?
What?
If you'd like to.
Nice.
I think when Saori starts talking, I'll just take a deep breath and say, "We need to move. Let's go."
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? It does depend on which hex they went into, right? Because they could have like gone down a bit more, but yeah, at this point, you just got to make another survival check to like see if you can figure out how to intercept them. It'll be easier than it was, I think, otherwise. But
Okay,
So roll.
that's me, right?
So is it just the three of us, or are the tracking people with us?
no, I think it's just you guys.
Okay.
Oh, Caleb,
The guys would be murdered instantly. if
were
they
there
killed you
any
guys.
other. Okay, were there like glowing plants and stuff while we were in the cave?
Mhm.
I would have grabbed some. for herbals and stuff.
Yes, that is something I should have thought of too. Yeah, go ahead. Make what is your check? What checks have you been making with that?
I mean, I have been making like nature checks or survival checks or something just to like be able to find the stuff and determine. And then like,
What do you want? What's your intent with this roll? Like, you can obviously grab
Um,
some stuff, but what do you want it to do?
I want to grab some, and I want to. I guess this would probably be Arcana, or either Arcana or Medicine. Like, kind of discover the properties and or try to figure out some of the properties and figure out if there's something I can make with them.
Yeah, go ahead and roll either one.
Either Medicine or Arcana.
Yep, one of those.
Oh well. Between the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to give you different information, right? Like, so this roll means that yes, you have found these plants have medicinal qualities related to medicine of some sort, right?
I mean, even if it wasn't like medicinal, if it was just like
I just said these things have medicinal qualities related to medicine. That's not exactly what I meant. That was very redundant, but it is still true. I don't know, Akashi. What do you want it to do? Medicine related.
Supreme healing potion.
I mean, what stuff do you know how to make already?
Well, I know how to make the fire breath potion. I know how to make I think I've learned how to make sleeping potions.
Mhm.
I learned how to make poison. I learned how to do like basic healing potions, I think, of some sort.
Yeah, this is probably like an upgraded healing of some sort. What's the levels of these? How does it go? Let's say you can make potions of superior healing out of these,
Okay.
which is 8d4 plus 8.
How many of the things do I actually find, I guess? Of the
Probably enough
plants?
to make 3 if you were to take some time to synthesize them.
Okay.
I also kind of wanted to try something during the night watch, but I'll save that for a potential flashback.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So supreme potion ingredients.
Not
times
supreme,
3.
superior.
Superior.
Supreme is like the best one. You have like just down from that.
That's fine with me.
All right, so this is going to be your DC. Like 26 again. Sorry, Saori. But I think you can get advantage on this one, right? Because you have your position.
Okay.
Good luck. Oh no!
You kidding me?
Crit fail.
Crit fail?
So I mean, it's a 15,
Adeline-
but yeah.
Adeline does not like Saori. Wait, no, never mind. Never mind.
So
Wow, this is just not going well.
So this is the thing, right? If you had gotten the crit fail, right, something bad would have happened, but you had advantage, so you only got a 15. I don't know. Like I hate to say, just like you end up behind them again, but I feel like that's probably what that roll means, right?
Right.
Like we've picked up on the trail.
You picked up on the
again.
trail again, but you realize they're ahead of you again.
By how far?
So you guys probably end up here, and you know that they're probably like I don't know, here. Like maybe in
Here.
this hex or this like it depends.
Okay. Dang it.
Yeah, I mean you still have time to do a last ditch effort and try to try something, right? But
So here's my thought. I, as Akashi. Oh wait, you're Do you also have Step of the Wind, don't you?
Yeah.
Crazy running speed.
Yeah.
y'all
here's
just
my-
anime run ahead.
But
Well,
I
here's-
don't.
But no, but here's my thought. If we can somehow run, and like this is, you feel free to say no to this. But my thought is, like, I have a bunch of like, I have a hunting trap. I have spike chain. I have oh, I forgot I had that. I've got the sleep pollen. I've got the poison. I've got iron spikes. I've got caltrops. I got ball bearings. I've got a bunch of things. Actually, I don't. I take that back. No, I still have ball bearings. I have no. I don't. I take that back. Sorry. But I have a bunch of things that like we could use to like literally trip them up, slow them down.
Right, I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
Akashi and Saori can go ahead and do, or even just Akashi, and then try to slow them down enough so that you guys can catch up to them. That's a plan. Yeah.
And because like,
But I don't
because-
think Step of the Wind is going to be as useful as you think it is, because Step of the Wind only doubles our speed for as many key points as we have. We only have 16 key points, so it's only going to be about another 2,000 feet. Like that's really not that helpful in this case. Like
Yeah, that's
she
true.
can literally dimension door us 500 feet. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be
Okay,
like practically
so-
speaking. I don't think that's actually going to do it.
Yeah, and
we
part of
think
the
it's
issue,
gonna
so maybe Saori and Akashi, it's a thing that could happen, right? It wouldn't be as easy as you're thinking. But Saori would have to come with you, Akashi, because there's no way you can navigate the jungle by yourself,
Right.
and get there ahead of them. But yeah,
Well, see, my other thing is like, because I have Mask of the Wild, I can attempt to hide even when I'm lightly obscured by foliage, heavy
Mhm.
rain, and other natural phenomena, which is like jungle, like super
right. You're good at hiding in the jungle. You're just not necessarily going to be good at catching up to them.
right. And there was something else that was like, and the fact that we're in the jungle means there's a lot of this is probably dimly lit.
Mhm. I mean, but even in that, I don't think like you only have a limited amount of key points. I don't think it's really going to make that much of a difference catching up to them, unfortunately.
Well, so I
Right,
don't
and
use
unless
key
you-
points for shadow. Well, so
Yeah,
I don't
good.
use key points for shadow step,
Okay, that is something that is good to know.
and it takes a bonus action, and it lets me teleport up to 60 feet.
Oh, I mean that doesn't help you really, because that's as
I was
far
gonna
as
say,
you can move.
I can
anyway,
literally
right?
run 65 feet.
Yeah,
Oh, you can run 65 feet.
yeah.
How do you run
I
60
can,
Unfortunately, I think even though
I
you
took
guys
mo-
have good options for movement, it's just not long range enough that I think it's going to make a difference,
Yeah.
especially in jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was a good thought, but I don't think it's gonna pan out. Is there anything else you guys want to try, or are you just kind of doomed to follow in their footsteps at this point?
I mean, otherwise we could just like try teleporting at a crapshoot.
Yeah, I mean Adeline has teleport again.
It's not going to work. I don't know where we're teleporting to. I have to know a location. I could cast remove curse to get these bad rolls away from us.
Unfortunately, I don't even think that would help.
It was a joke, but yes.
Mm.
I mean, the only
Dang.
the closest thing I have to a spell that makes me move faster is jump.
Just imagine Adelene hopping.
It doesn't even work that way though.
Yeah.
That's why I said the closest thing I have.
Mhm.
That okay, besides Dimension Door and Teleport.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point your options are to. I mean, really, it's just you either teleport or you just follow behind them.
There is a 47% chance a teleport would work. Not doing that again.
But I mean, this is the thing, right? As it stands right now, you guys will get there a day after they get to the camp, which means, honestly, I feel like it's a lost cause for you guys, right? Like, there's no way you can storm the camp, right? So it's either try the teleport now or just give up and go home.
There's a 43% chance something goes wrong. What does mishap mean? The spell... the spell's unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature takes 3d10 force damage, and the DM rerolls on the table to see where you wind up. We could all potentially get separated.
I don't know if that's what it's saying.
I think it just means like they roll to like see like you could go. You could be back in England. You know.
Let's double check this.
It's under mishaps. Let's get an idea of what we're dealing with.
No, it's a comma there. So each teleporting creature or the target object takes 3d10 force damage, comma, and the DM rerolls on the table to see where you wind up. That they wouldn't have worded it like that if each creature individually had to roll.
Okay, there's no comma in what I was reading, so
yeah. I mean, so yeah, you all end up in the same place. You just take damage, but honestly, 3d10 force damage that's not going to do nothing. To you guys.
There's a 25% chance it'll work. 47% chance it'll get us close.
I mean, literally, I think at this point, with the options you have available to you, it's do it or you give up and go home, right? Come on, this is Adeline the Invincible.
Adeline didn't want this route, but fine.
Yeah, Saori's like, come on, Adeline, I believe that you can do it this time.
Okay, I will say this. If it works, it will be awesome.
Hey, well,
if it doesn't work, Adeline's going to say, get this half-elf away from me.
Right.
Here we go. Hey! It worked!
It worked?
It worked! I think what happened...
I knew you could do it, Adeline!
I think Akashi,
I love role-playing games.
I think Adeline's about to say something and say...
I think Akashi touches the sword again.
Like Saori like literally goes up to Adeline and be like, I'm really proud of you. Like, you did great.
Brushes the hand off. Because here's the thing. The description was Faustino's camp. So we are right at his camp.
Right,
So
but the idea is you're going to like intercept them. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
So this isn't ideal.
Level spell slot,
but
I
now
guess
we
it
can
was
go like
worth it.
one. We
Yeah.
can go like one ahead.
Yeah.
And like go there. Yeah. Okay.
So you're like right there, basically, right?
Yeah.
No, we were like, when I say we were at his camp, we were like at his camp. Like just outside.
Right, but then we take some time to like go
Oh, okay,
forward
that's what you're saying.
to
Okay.
intercept them. Yeah.
So what were you going to say,
so-
Jordan? You said you grabbed the sword and you were going to say
I was
something
just
here.
gonna basically I was just gonna say I don't know which is worse for us, the fact that this worked, or the fact I don't know what would have been worse, this failing miserably or this working.
Yeah, and now Adeline's really high on herself, right? She's like,
No,
yeah, I am.
Adeline's
No.
still pissed because Adeline still doesn't like the half elf. But now the thing is, Saori has been justified as having the good idea. And she's like, no, not gonna accept this.
And that's why Akashi says that, because he's like, I'm not sure which would have been worse.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
She's like, at least if it had failed, I'd have killed her, and Akashi would have been fine with it.
So I mean, I think this is what this is Saori going to make another survival check, but it's not going to be against Samuel. Did I just say that?
Samuel?
I knew it was obviously.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
knew.
think
Well,
you knew that, but yeah.
I hadn't thought about it, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew. I was like, a
Okay.
survival check against some person in Faustino's camp who has a high
Yeah.
survival roll?
I
Who would that be?
that was definitely a Freudian slip. Like, I did not mean to say that out loud, but oh well, it's what it is. This is going to be against a static DC, because this is just, can you intercept them, right? I'm going to figure out what that is in my head right now.
This should be a lot easier because now we're like literally like, well, I guess not easy.
Do I
got
get any
easier.
kind of advantage on this, or no? Am I good?
I don't think
I can make up something
so.
about why
Yeah, go ahead.
Yi is no longer with her.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
I
make
kinda
something
know
up at
that.
the top of my head.
I feel like we already know that, right? Like, Yi has to, like, Yi is working with him to, like, become the greatest cursed person there ever was.
Yep. I don't know if Yi would have wanted to come with Saori. I think at this point, like, Saori was like, listen, Yi, like, we'll always be friends, but I gotta go on my own way now. I gotta find Clement, and I think he just doesn't care
I mean,
at
probably
all
not,
to
yeah.
like find him, obviously.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess my question for you, maybe to aim this a little bit, is why do you care so much about finding and killing Clement? Obviously, he's dead now, and you know that. But like, was it literally just revenge for Gret, or
I think it's because like no, I think it's like
because technically the Clement that
20% that
the Clement
80,
that like
80,
was evil to Gret, really he died, right? Gret shot him in the throat.
right, but like I think it's because like Gret died because of that portal, which that Clement came through.
True, fair.
And she knows that Clement was evil, so therefore this Clement is probably also evil, right? And I think she feels like responsible for like correcting, like, you know, because like with Key and whatnot, you know, you feel like
You need to
when
balance
there's
out the universe a
disturbance
little
and-
bit, yeah.
right. So like I feel like she feels like it's her duty to like balance out the world and like not have him here. And I don't know, maybe she'd kill him, maybe she'd try to like find a way to like get him back to his world or something like that. But if she felt like it was necessary to do that, then she would have had no problem with it.
Cool, sounds good. Yeah, go ahead
Sort
and
of
roll
a
with
thing.
advantage.
World must be balanced, yeah.
There
Oh,
you
I
go.
didn't even need it.
Honestly, if you had disadvantage, you still would have succeeded. So,
I know.
cool. Yeah. So, well, let's do this. I will go ahead and set up a combat, and we'll take a break, and then come back, and you guys are gonna ambush these people. Let's do it. We'll be back with more Terra Nullius right after this. Stick around.